The text advises the user to read the instruction manual and the enclosed consumer information and precautions booklet thoroughly before playing. It includes the official Nintendo seal of quality, which indicates that the product has been approved for use with the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. The seal also assures the user of the quality of the product and its compatibility with the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. The manual is licensed by Nintendo and mentions that all Nintendo products are licensed for use only with other authorized products bearing the official Nintendo seal of quality. New line, big. This image shows the table of contents for a Space Cadet handbook. The table of contents lists different sections, including getting started, controls, power-ups and good stuff, and a section on levels with titles like The Boy Who Cried Rat and Stimpy's Invention. The table of contents is for a Space Cadet handbook. The sections cover game-related topics, such as controls, power-ups, and levels. The levels have humorous titles, including The Boy Who Cried Rat and Stimpy's Invention. The final pages are dedicated to tips and a limited warranty. This is an excerpt from the instruction booklet for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System (SNES) game, The Ren and Stimpy Show, Veediots. The text describes the premise of the game, where the characters Ren and Stimpy are trying to escape their television show and need the player's help to navigate through 4 different episodes. The game is based on the animated television series The Ren and Stimpy Show. The characters Ren and Stimpy are trapped in their TV show and want to escape into the real world. The player must guide them through 4 different episodes to help them escape. The first episode mentioned is, quote, The Boy Who Cried Rat, quote, where Stimpy is a mouse catcher and Ren is the mouse. New hope. New line. The image is a page from a comic or book featuring the characters from the animated series The Ren and Stimpy Show. The text is written from the perspective of Stimpy, the dim-witted cat, who is describing various scenarios and characters from the show, including, quote, Ren, quote, Mr. Horse, quote, Space Cabbages, quote, Muddy Mudskipper, quote, and, quote, Powdered Toastman, quote. The text mentions several episode titles, including, quote, Stimpy's Invention, quote, and, quote, Marooned, quote. It describes Stimpy being lost and digested in the furthest reaches of the galaxy, and mentions other characters being trapped with him. The comic page is a self-referential piece of media that breaks the fourth wall, with the text to, quote, grab those controls and get us out of here, quote. The manual features the character Ren, giving humorous, nonsensical fourth-wall dialogue instructions of where you think I should tell the joke by putting 47 million on a big envelope before the real actual instructions are to insert the game pack cartridge into the Super Nintendo console, turn the power on, and press the start button. The image is a page from a comic or magazine featuring the characters Ren and Stimpy. It humorously explains the functions of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System (SNES) controller. Characters. The cartoon characters are Ren and Stimpy, with Ren dressed as, quote, Dr. Stupid, quote. Topic. The page is a response to a letter from a user named Billy Byron, who is asking about the functions of the SNES game controller. This image is a diagram of the controls for a Super Nintendo Entertainment System (SNES) controller, likely from a game manual. It details the functions of the various buttons, including the control pad, start button, and the A, B, X, Y, L, and R buttons. Click the start to start playing. Quick tips. 1. Use the A, B, X, Y buttons for proof playing. Control pad moves the character. And B buttons, jump. X and Y buttons, used to pick up /carry/catch objects and to throw/drop them. The Y button also has specific functions for the characters, Ren slaps and Stimpy licks. L and R buttons. Holding both L and R buttons down simultaneously for 5 seconds makes the character self-destruct. Humor. The response from, quote, Dr. Stupid, quote, is intentionally nonsensical, with Stimpy, the host, correcting him and providing the actual information. It describes the game's user interface and some of the power-ups available to the player. Status display. The status display shows the player's lives, health, time, and money. Lives. Lives decrease when the player runs out of health or time. Power-ups. Power-ups, such as glazed hams and bandages, increase health. Items. Items like umbrellas and powdered toast shields provide protection. Controls. The X and Y button is used to pick up and carry items. This image contains the lyrics to quote the log song quote from the animated television show The Ren and Stimpy Show. The song is a commercial for a toy called quote log quote. Quote the log song quote is a commercial jingle from the show The Ren and Stimpy Show. The song promotes a toy called quote log quote. The lyrics describe the toy as being quote big, heavy, it's wood quote. Click the mic. The text is a short story titled quote The Boy Who Cried Rat. Quote featuring the characters Ren and Stimpy from the animated show The Ren and Stimpy Show. The story is told from Ren's perspective, who is disguised as a mouse. He explains that Stimpy has hired himself out as a mouse catcher and, to guarantee his business, Ren is acting as the mouse. However, Stimpy has taken his role too seriously, setting up mousetraps and other obstacles, making it difficult for Ren to escape his way to his mouse hole. The story is from the point of view of Ren, who is dressed as a mouse. Stimpy has hired himself out as a mouse catcher. Ren's role is to act as the mouse to ensure Stimpy's business. Stimpy has become too engrossed in his role, making it difficult for Ren to escape. The image shows a page from a book or comic featuring a character named quote Teeth Beavers quote The character is a Stimpy, and it expresses disgust at its surroundings. The text describes a quote dark, slimy quote place with a quote fishy smell quote and quote yellow build-up quote. The character mentions being quote swallowed alive quote and hopes that quote Stimpy's getting paid really well for this quote. A small inset image shows a red-lit, dark room with a figure in it. The character's name, quote Teeth Beavers, quote is prominently displayed in the text. This image contains a comic-style drawing of Ren from the animated series The Ren and Stimpy Show dressed in a military uniform, with a propeller hat and a backpack. The text is a monologue from Ren about his decision to enlist in the army. The character delivers a monologue about enlisting in the army, motivated by the promise of unlimited food. He expresses a mix of excitement and apprehension, mentioning his desire to save his own spleen and describing the army as an adventure with bizarre, whimsical weaponry. He describes his new experience as an adventure. New line. The character shown is Powdered Toastman, a superhero from the Ren and Stimpy Show. The text is a hint for the game's third level, quote Powdered Toast Trouble quote. The game is a platformer where you play as either Ren or Stimpy. The hint suggests that you can get help from Powdered Toastman in the form of a shield or a helicopter beanie. Here's a page from a comic book or magazine featuring the character Stimpy from the animated series The Ren and Stimpy Show. The title of the page is quote Stimpy's Invention quote. Insert link. Click the mic to start dictating. The text Stimpy is explaining that he is building something for his friend Ren, who the text is a monologue from Stimpy. A small image at the bottom right appears to be a screenshot from a video game based on the show. Click the mic to start. New line. The text describes Stimpy's plan to build a happy helmet out of 7 pieces found in a laboratory with conveyor belts and chemical vats. The character intends to eat each piece as they find it, and then the completed helmet is intended to be forced onto a character Ren, where he's unhappy for being trapped at his own TV show. The character is looking for 7 pieces of a happy helmet. The pieces are located in a laboratory with conveyor belts and chemical vats. The character plans to eat each piece as they are found. The completed helmet is intended to be forced onto a character Ren. Oh, reading ellipsis. New line. The image is a cartoon-style text block with the title marooned. It features the character Stimpy from the Ren and Stimpy show dressed as a space cadet, and the text is a message from him to his commander, Commander Verek. Stimpy has crashed his spaceship on an uncharted planet. He has been swallowed by a giant space alien. He is trying to find the alien's brain to destroy it. He is asking Commander Verek for advice. New line. The image shows a cartoon character, Ren Verek from the Ren and Stimpy show, in a bathtub with a quote. The text is a humorous response to someone trying to call him while he is bathing. The character is Ren Verek from the animated series The Ren and Stimpy show. He is shown partially submerged in a bathtub. He is responding to a phone call, asking the caller to quote take a message quote. The reason given for not being able to take the call is that he is in the tub. New line. The text on the manual's back cover features a farewell segment from the cartoon series, where Ren and Stimpy say goodbye to the audience. The game was published by THQ Software, a division of THQ Inc. and was printed in Japan. The copyright information shows that the game and its characters are licensed by Nickelodeon and are trademarks of THQ Inc. as of 1993.